A recent study shows that loneliness and isolation raises risk of heart attacks and strokes by 30%. Wow. I don't know.
They should get those people on obesity right now and figure it out.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Dave, being that you wrote your latest novella during a time of worldwide social isolation?
Absolutely. I mean, statistically, they can point to things like that, and I suppose it's true. I mean, statistically, but it also intuitively makes sense. When your heart hurts,
right,
that's stress, and that's your heart. I mean, it's not your physical heart, but it does seem to be some kind of correlation.
Well, I mean, one of my big issues with Western medicine, why I don't want them ever to tell me what to do with my body, is because I could name 1,000 things, but right off the top, they pay no attention and give no credence to the mind-body connection. Mm-hmm. And if you can't...
I totally agree with that when it comes to Bill Maher. People really take a lot of that for granted. Stuff that I knew this before I started traveling, but they're very big on health prevention in South and Southeast Asia and Asian countries in general. I feel like Americans are more like, let's do everything to ourselves that makes us sick, and once we are sick, then we pop a pill that gives us symptoms, so we take more medication that doesn't really fix the problem, just covers it up, the symptoms with the Band-Aid, and they very much don't connect like your diet, your fitness, and your health with mental, emotional, and also spiritual stability. They don't connect that, and it's very connected. There is more and more studies coming out again with the microbiome and how your brain connection is very connected, and what you eat very much affects your emotions, and help how you deal with your stress levels, your sleep cycles. The amount of oxygen is getting into your blood, which affects your fatigue or not. Like, there's so much that's connected to it. The fact that even the Californication guy talked about stress, it's not your real heart. No, stress does affect your actual heart. Stress actually makes you physically ill. And so it just asinine to me, or boggles my mind, how it's supposed to be a first world, super advanced developing country, that a lot of people still don't make that connections. Your doctor, your medical doctor, is not a fitness coach, they're not a nutritionist, they're not a dietitian. So just because they're your medical doctor doesn't mean that they're expertise in every other aspect of life. Even things like meditation has shown evidence and proof to help your physical and your mental health. And so it's sad that people are so disconnected from that, and I think it's because the West is so about quick fix. I just want a pill, I just want a medication and a pill to fix it, instead of doing the work it needs to do so I can prevent myself from getting sick in the future. I'm done, let's continue.
You can't read it on a chart, if you can't quantify it, and that's not, I think in 100 years we will be looking back at the way they do things now, and just the way we look back 100 years ago. Do you really think in 20 years they'll be going like, yeah, 2022, that's when we pretty much had it all figured out, health-wise?
It's true. It blows my mind when you see people who really believe that they know everything. Like, you've lived on the planet for 30, 40, 50 years, and you know everything. You have all the answers to everything. And that goes for a lot of people in different sizes, in different communities, in different tribes. Like, you don't. And it's sad that you've completely closed yourself off from further educating yourself about things you don't know about, or things you might be miseducated or unaware of. Anyway, let's continue.
No. We look back 100 years and go, I can't believe they're doing it. I can name things they're doing right now that I know as a layman that are going to look bad.
Right.
I mean, 80% of COVID people in the hospital got antibiotics, which don't work on viruses. There may be sometimes other reasons why you would give, but just antibiotics, the way they give them out like Skittles. I mean, I'm glad we have such a thing, but they're making it so they're not going to work anymore because we overprescribed them. I mean, that's just one of dozens of things. Anyway, don't get me started on that, or do. After the... Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you for, amongst the swag that you give out, thank you for the box of ivermectin.
Well, he's written about that. That's a good example. I assume that you're being snarky liberal about that. Ivermectin.
Just snarky.
Okay. Well, because but good example. Like, if you only watched MSNBC, what you heard was this was horse medicine. The rubes are taking horse medicine. Okay. It's not just horse medicine.
I know.
Okay, all right. But I mean, that's a good example of how people are in their bubbles and they only read and see one thing. And, oh, these rubes. You know who's a rube? Anyone who's wearing a mask outside. That's a fucking rube.
You know,
Stop it there. See, you guys still want to be hating on Bill Maher, and I understand there's things to criticize Bill Maher for. But like these hardcore conservative YouTubers still hate the crap out of Bill Maher because Bill Maher still has Trump derangement syndrome. He's not gonna get over it. He's taking it personally. It is what it is. However, the fact that he calls this crap out, you guys should be welcoming him into the fold here, right? Like, he's calling out the fact that the mainstream news media, the legacy news media, social media, Silicon Valley has completely tried to demonize a medicine that has been around for decades and it got rewards for the help they've done for people and trying to claim it as is just a horse medicine. No, it helps people. I would say that people who've done that has blood on their hands. Like, you might have technically or possibly harmed people by stopping them from taking something that could have helped them because of your own political bias and, again, trying to control the narrative in Trump derangement syndrome. That's sad, and that is actually really effed up. And I think that Bill Maher was a little bit draggy there, calling him like, oh, you're being a liberal, a snarky liberal. I'm telling you, X-Files, just be cute. Just sit there in your nice shirt and just look good, okay? That is what you've been brought on this panel for, to look good. You are eye candy. You are not the intellectual. Shh. Anyway, let's continue.
I see 22-year-olds wearing a mask outside. What pussy morons.
I don't think it was.
I'm sorry. When I see people, it's like, it makes no sense. I live in very open areas, guys. If you see my backyard, I live in very open areas. I very rarely stay in crowded cities. I will see people literally in the forest, like when I stayed up north in India, in the fucking woods with a mask. Who are you protecting yourself from? The bears? Like, or on the beach with the ocean, breeze, wind. Wear a fucking mask and then go into a closed-in, packed restaurant and take it off. Look, if that is what you believe, that the mask is protecting you, all I ask is you be consistent with it and make it make sense. Anyway, let's continue.
The rubes. I don't think it was making fun of the rubes. I think it was actually casting aspersions on the Republican, on the right elite who have an anti-scientific agenda to propose. You know, so it's not.
Well,
it's
again,
not really.
Again, it's a very
What is he talking about?
tricky thing to throw on anti-scientific.
It is. I should take it back.
When there's so much.
This is live.
I'm sorry. X-Files. Look, I'm gonna say it again. Just stop talking. You're blaming the demonization on that medicine on the right. They were the ones pushing it and promoting it. What? He's been living under his entitled elitist bubble, I see. That makes no sense. Anyway, let's continue.
Bill, I only got so
No,
many
I know.
words
I'm just saying,
that
but
are
there's
in
been
there.
a lot of bad science on both sides.
But that's how
So-
science. Look, Bill, science works badly. Science works by making mistakes.
Right.
That's how it works.
Okay, but we should. Yes, it does. So
Until it doesn't.
Okay, so therefore.
Until it doesn't.
So if science works by making mistakes, which I think he means science means you should have a collective of ideas and see which works best, then the mainstream media shouldn't take something as a new science theory and make it Lord God Savior, the biblical fact of facts, and then cancel anybody who has a different scientific theory. They should have a panel of scientists with diverse ideas of what's going on so they can debate what's the best way to move forward instead of one doctor, Fauci, who claims himself as the science. First of all, he went, oh, the right is anti-science. Oh, I mean, actually, science is supposed to be bad and we're supposed to debate. When Bill Maher wasn't, buying his bullshit, he tried to quickly backtrack and say, no, that's not what I actually meant. No, you thought you were just going to regurgitate whatever the mainstream narrative was and Bill Maher was going to let you slide with it. Not the case, my friend, because Bill Maher, again, might be suffering indefinitely for Trump derangement syndrome, but this is a subject he's very passionate about, and he spoke out about it multiple times. Anyway, let's continue.
Therefore, don't say, Fauci says, if you don't believe in me, you don't believe in the science.
Well, that's... Yeah.
There's no the.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, well, I think...
You've been wrong about a lot of shit.
Yeah, I think Fauci's time is come and gone.
Oh.
Well, also, I mean, Fauci, 81, he didn't have trouble with COVID. Biden, 79, didn't have trouble with it. The Queen's 150. Can we stop with the forever flu?
We also sometimes work backwards from like the politics of it. Like when Donald Trump came out and said that he took hydroxychloroquine, for everybody that was like automatically the drug doesn't work. Whereas the drug, it's not a drug's fault that Trump's like it.
Exactly.
You know?
There's no Republican or Democratic drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Ivermectin has been given to millions of people. I don't want it. It's not my cure.
Right.
Or maybe
But there is an agenda to throw a lot of stuff out there to see what sticks from one side rather than the more monolithic scientific side on the other side.
I agree
it's
with that, but again, it's not the drug's fault.
No,
right?
no,
Like, yeah,
no.
yeah.
Right.
So like you still have to like the
I
science.
began this by thanking him for the ivermectin in my dressing room.
Again, Mr. Californication, what are you talking about? Even if that's the case, you are supposed to be scientists and doctors. You're supposed to be the government, you're supposed to be the mainstream legacy media, that you're supposed to be trusted. The fact that you're so petty and so broken in your thinking that you allow your ideology to come before helping people and taking care of the citizens. That's fucked up. So instead of, oh, well, but this side, you should be criticizing the media, doctors, and scientists for allowing that to toxify or cloud their judgment. So, yeah, what? Good. I'm never gonna watch Californication again. You keep it up, guys. I'm probably gonna break this video up. This is the overtime video where they discuss different topics, and I don't want to put all these topics in one video, so I'll probably break it up into 3 parts. I mean, tell me what you guys think of this video or all the other videos that I'm gonna put up on this overtime in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the show any further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below, and links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter. Other ways to support me and other ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link. Go subscribe to my travel vlog channel and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. We also have my other channel, Speak Freely. Links down below. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.